All right, we are now on week 2 of clearing out the house before the new year. I have just been spending about an hour per week and getting as much as I can out of the house in that time period. I will pop up the first video up in the cards, and if you want to go check that out. But this is a brand new week. We're getting a ton of stuff out of the house, and I hope that you are joining me and also clearing out your house before 2025. All right, let's get into it. So I know that there's some things in here that I have been holding on to that I just don't use anymore, and I think I'm ready to let them go. These little ramekins I love, and I love the color, but I just never use them. I always tend to use these for things like mixing up spices for meals. And I don't like the way that they stack. They just take up a lot of room, so I'm going to donate these. And then these extra bowls. I like these bowls. We have 4 of them in the cabinet that we use all the time. But these do not fit into the cabinet where I keep all of my bowls and my plates. So I was keeping them for times like when we had company over, but realistically, when everything is washed and we're running the dishwasher every night, which we do anyways, when the kids actually take the dishes out of their room, we should have enough for everyone to have a bowl, should they need one. So I don't think I need to hold on to these anymore. They are just taking up too much space. And again, I don't like the way that they stack. I do have 4 of them because I like them. They're a little bit smaller, but we don't need to keep these. And then the things like this, I'm not ready to let go of these just yet, even though I don't use them a lot. You know what? I am going to let go of them. I'm going to keep the small one because I think it's really good for just a small amount of liquid, and it's silicone, so it kind of pours out a little easier. Maybe I'll keep the 2 smaller ones, but I'm going to let go of the big one because I never use it. And then we can put that in there. And then every time I open this, I see this flashlight that has not been used in years, so this can go. And then if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I have this closet here that I absolutely love. We redid it a few years ago, and this is where I just keep a lot of our bakeware, cookware, things like that that I use on a regular basis. But I think that there probably are a couple other things in here that I can get rid of. So I really do think that every little bit counts, even if it's just a couple of items. For me, it just makes me feel better to get rid of those things, and it really does open up space over time. If every time you go into a space, you're able to let go of a little bit more and a little bit more, eventually you will be at a place where it feels decluttered and manageable, and you don't have a lot of extra items that you're not using. So I know for sure that there's a couple things in here that I can get rid of. I love these cake dishes. They're Fat Daddy-O's. They just are really great quality. So these are the ones that I reach for when I'm doing cakes. And these are my old ones that I just don't use, so I'm going to donate these. I've gotten rid of several of these already, but I held on to a couple, but now I'm ready to let them go. And I think this is for the Instant Pot. Maybe I should hold on to that for now. This does not need to be in here, so I can move this. This is something I've had in here for a long time. I know it doesn't really expire, but I never reach for it. I have a couple of smaller containers of apple cider vinegar, so this is just taking up space that doesn't need to be, and I'm going to get rid of it. All of these ice trays here we don't use, so those can go. This I've held on to for a long time, thinking that I was going to use it, but I never do, so this can also go. And then one other thing in here is this pan. I bought this a few years ago. It's still in perfect condition, but it's just too small. I never use it. I tend to stick with either my stainless steel I recently purchased a new hex-clad pan and I want to get the larger size. So in order to do that, I want to make room in this space because I only have this space here for all of my pans. And of course my cast iron, which gets used all the time as well. So the stainless steel, the cast iron, and the hex-clad are the pans that I like to use now. So something like this just never gets pulled out and it's taking up quite a bit of room. So I'm going to let it go. I probably need to buy like a new double broiler because this one just is probably pretty cheap. And it seemed to kind of burn through the bottom. Even though I could still use it, I'm not sure that it's the safest thing to use anymore. So this I will probably just throw away, and then eventually I might have to buy a new double broiler, or I'll just use one of my pots with like a bowl on top, which would be totally fine as well. My father gave me this plant. I was keeping it alive until I left the window open one day and it blew it onto the ground, broke the pot that it came in, and I have not replaced the pot. This is not working, obviously, so I'm just going to unfortunately have to throw this away, but that's okay. Saving up some hangers for my mother-in-law. She wants them. So I have a bag here of some hangers. I'm going to look around, see if there's any more we can give her. So these will also be donated. And then I just want to look and see if there's any shoes in here that I don't use anymore. I know I had picked these up over the summer at like Marshall's or something to wear out in the garden, but I don't think that they're comfortable. They feel really weird when I'm walking around on them. So I never really wore them. I'm going to donate these, and that's it for now. I did end up getting a rug for this area. I like it. I'm just still have to finish up the rest of the area. I would still like to put up a shelf and some hooks for the coats. I've already got the hooks, and I think I have a shelf that I can reuse. And then I purchased these recently, which is another reason. It's like I want to make room for the things that I know I'm going to use. I've been really wanting some glass bakeware that I could do some freezer meal prep in, and I love that they have the covers on them. That way I don't have to worry about using a bunch of tin foil. Plus it saves in things getting squished in the freezer. So I think that these are going to be really good to cook in for every day, or even if I'm doing meal prep for the week, I can pre-put it in there and then just bake it on that day, or I could throw them into the freezer. So I need to be able to make room for things like this that I'm going to use all the time and get rid of the things that we are not using. Now I don't have a ton of things in here to get rid of, but like things like this where I'm never going to reuse this. I don't know what happened to it, but it got disgusting and green, so that's never going to be used again. Sorry, here I had the washer and dryer running and it was just incredibly loud in the background, but this is a shelf that I like to keep a lot of my extra stuff on that I use for baking that I don't want to store in the kitchen. So I'm just going through it to see if there's anything down here that I could get rid of. This is an area that I do tend to try to go through a lot, and every time I go through it, I'm able to let go of a couple more things each time, so it's been really nice. So here I just have like a pineapple core or an extra pan that never gets used. And then I really wanted to get rid of a couple of my really big baking tins. I love the cupcake ones. I use that all the time, the 24 one. And then I also have some mini cupcake trays that I use all the time. But I am able to let go of a really large 24, it's like a bundt pan, and then the smaller bundt pan as well, just because I found that I have not used them in the last couple of years. If I ever decided to go back into that, I could always go out and get another one, but I really don't think that that's something I'm going to do. I just haven't used it in a couple of years, and I actually did try to use it this fall, and I really hated cleaning it because there's so many little nooks and crannies that it just drove me nuts, and I decided that it was time for it to leave the house. And then a little bit later, I'm going to show you some of the Christmas decorations that I was able to. First of all, every year I've been doing this, I've been getting rid of more and more. And this year I was also able to let go of some more. And now I'm just going through some of my extra cleaning things to see if there's anything in here that we don't need anymore. All right, I'm done for today. Here's all the items that I was able to declutter. We've got quite a bit here for a short period of time, I feel like. We've got some bakeware, some cookware, some dishes, pans, bowls. I do have to figure out what to do with the chemicals. I'm not sure exactly what to do with those. I had so many peroxides and alcohols. Again, when I was doing all of the prepping, I've determined that I no longer want that quantity in my house. One of each is plenty. I do have some new things coming that I've been using for like the dishwasher and for the all-purpose cleaner. So I really wanted to be able to store those down there comfortably. And that meant getting rid of some things that we're not using. So all of this will be going along with those pillows, that other pillow I told you about. We've got those shoes, and then that sign is also going to be donated. You know what, just looking at it, I think also the blue lunchbox is also going to be donated. My son never brings lunch to school, so I can let that go. I'm just gonna wipe the outside down really quick. The red one we'll keep for now because one of the kids does sometimes bring in things, but the blue one is going to go, and that's where I like to put the, like the little chocolate advent calendars for when I decorate. Those go there. So here's a look from the other side. And last week I went through my clothes, but I went through it again and found a few more things to get rid of. And then I am actually bringing everything to the donation center on this day. I had 3 large black trash bags plus a few extra things on top. So I said my husband took out the Christmas items. Here's a couple of the items. And then the rest are in the living room. I'll be going through these hopefully today, and then I will show you if there's anything that I end up decluttering. Those 2 gray bags on the floor are the lights that go on the outside of the house. He just did the whole outside, so now those just need to go back downstairs into the closet. And then here's the stuff that I need to go through. The other bin in the kitchen is most of the Christmas tree decorations and ornaments that go on the tree. But actually, really quick, while I'm here, I think I am going to declutter all of the pillows that I bought for the couch because they've been in here now for over a year, I feel like. They just always ended up on the floor full of dog hair. The only pillow that survived is this one because this guy uses it on a regular basis. He literally sleeps with a pillow and a blanket, and he has the entire couch to do so. But the rest of us don't get to use the pillows because they just kept ending up on the floor, and maybe another season in life I'll be able to keep them, get some new ones or something, but it's just not right now. I don't even know if I should, I'm not sure if I should donate them or not. I don't know if people want used pillows. They're perfectly fine. They can just be washed. They were only on our couch for a short period of time before they just kept going on the floor. So I don't know. Let me know what I should do with them. If I should just throw them away or donate them. And I found another one back here that I'll also take out. Now here's all the Christmas items laid out. In the past, this would have taken up the entire kitchen and living room. Every single surface was filled with Christmas decor, and I have really gotten it down to a much more manageable place now. And I'm going to show you really quickly what everything looks like put up. Here's our Christmas tree. We gave it the night to drop, and then I'll show you at the end what it looks like. And then these are all the items that I decided this year to donate. They're items that I just could not find a place in the house for that I wanted them. So in that case, I figured it was time to let them go. And then here's what I did end up putting up. Again, I just really tried to go minimal and keep things up that actually meant something to us or I thought were pretty. All of these little houses and globes actually have a special meaning. A lot of them are from our grandparents. I put up very minimal in the bathroom as well. And same thing in the living room. And then I'm going to show you at the end what the Christmas tree looks like all decorated. But I think I was able to get rid of a decent amount this year. And I brought it directly to the donation center just to get it out of the house so I didn't even have to worry about it again. I really hope that you're doing this along with me. It has been really nice to be able to get all these things out of the house before the new year. We have a lot of plans of redoing some areas in the basement, and the entryway is coming along, which I'll be showing you soon, but thanks for watching. That is it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and hopefully I'll see you next week when we get some more done. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and I love you being here. So I will see you next week. Bye.